we all have those spots that you know need more, whether it's at the crown, whether it's at your temples, whether it's at your ear. We all know where our trouble spots are. And that's why you need to know your hair, because certain areas are going to need more product. That looks better. Maybe. Possibly. It's bothering me. My telltale at my temple. You see this piece here? See how it's frizzed around my face, around the hairline? And then the curl itself is kind of frizzy. I'm going to take a smidge of the number 6, that much, and work it into that curl and that curl only. See how this curl, because I was smoothing it, I pulled it. All you need to do to put that back into its formation and tighten it is to wrap it around your finger. Either hit it with a little bit of heat, or you can just sit for a minute and let it rest on your finger. And then once you let go of it, it'll gently fall, but you'll have the curl not sticking out beyond the rest of it. Usually just a straight line for curlies. And that's because if we do our hair in circles to massage, you're really ruffling the cuticle more than it should be. So you're better off going in one direction. You see this other piece that's attached? And then as you pull up, you see this other piece that's attached. And there's one hair in between right there. All of this is connected, which is why it's like this. And that's unacceptable. So we are going to separate it, and we're going to see if it falls. We see where this is breaking right here. Well, I guess first let's see where this hair belongs. Where do you belong? I don't even know where it was. Okay. Now, oh, it's attached to something here. All right, that's laying a little better, although this is, I don't know what the hell that is. This is still gonna lay bizarrely. Let's see. So we see where this is separating. Now, maybe we'll have to wet that and hope it goes down. I have something wacky happening here because they're attached. Unless, and I do something with it? Oh yeah, no. It is having none of it. It is not happy. Okay. The trials and tribulations of deciding what should go where. I am going to just dampen it a little. I feel like it's a little too dry and it's sticking to my fingers. And if it's sticking to your fingers, you're going to make it frizz. Where does this go? Oh, hello there. Hello, hello. Look how much fun this is, my curlies. As I mentioned in the past, when we move, our curls get coiled together. Then we end up with these big bundles. And that changes the way our hair lays, the way it looks, and the amount of volume that we get. A quick tip when you're refreshing your hair and you're into 3 and 4 days, you know how sometimes you have the hair that's hanging lower than anything else and it looks out of place? Kind of like this at longer one. All you have to do is take some of the underneath curls that are near it and just pull them out a little bit. And then it starts to make everything look a little more even for you. Sometimes it's also about separating some of the curls because they're tighter when they're bundled. Hard to see without my glasses. Well, at least it doesn't look as bad. Pulling out and disconnecting. And there you have it. Problem solved. There because your natural body temperature is 97, 98. If you put a bag over your head, you're going to trap that heat so that it's not the temperature of the room, it's closer to the temperature of your body. This way it penetrates into the hair shaft. A little trick. Now I'm seeing what I can accomplish just with pulsing in my hand, because if you cradle your curls in your hand for about 15 seconds, you're helping with your body temperature to force that curl back in. Don't forget to pulse your curls to try to force them in gently, and then pull your hand away slowly and gently so that you don't bring pieces of your curls out. That will add to frizz. The nape of the neck is usually where you get the most knots, which, as you can hear, it is happening. So you start at your ends, and then you work your way up so you're not ripping through your hair. And you know that your hair has absorbed it when there's virtually no remnants of it on your hands. You know you've used too much if your hands still look like an oil slick. When you decrunchify, make sure that all you're doing is opening and closing your hands over the curls. Never take them and do this. That is not what you want to do. That will create frizz, separate your curls, and then you lose that definition. On this side, I sleep. This is the side I favor. I see a lot of flattened curls here. Now you can see that I was spraying the top part of the section, lifting the bundle, spraying the underneath, and then continuing down in 3 sections. You want to make sure you are damp to wet. You don't want to be dripping because then you're removing any product in there, but you want to be able to smooth any frizz that's at your scalp. Because as I say, that is your dead giveaway that it is day 2, 3, 4, and what have you. Do I feel wet enough that I'm going to be able to get definition back? I think I'm going to wet underneath to make sure that's saturated as well. Now everything else is a little damp only because of putting on the number 9. Maybe I'll hit it with the diffuser, but not high air. It's medium forced air, medium heat. This way you're not drying out the hair too much and creating more frizz, which is what the number 9 is supposed to be getting rid of. If while you're refreshing any of your hairstyles and you notice that your swirl is visible, what you want to do is stick a clip in it, then hit it with heat on low. This way you're forcing it to stay where you want it. Keep the hair lifted while it cools off. Once it's cool, remove your clip, if you can find it. If it's stuck on something, let it go, untwist it, and then remove it. And hopefully, you can't see the swirl. It's always nice when it works. You see, the nape of the neck is usually where you get the most knots, which, as you can hear, it is happening. So you start at your ends, and then you work your way up so you're not ripping through your hair. A bit and pulled it, wrap it around your finger, wrong position, wrap it around your finger.